So our next one's November 23rd,
Okay.
MMT04. I think this will be by far our best one in terms of quality of fights. We got a lot of really high-level amateurs and professionals coming out from all over the country. I think there's going to be a lot of blood and knockouts.
Hey, if Carlo doesn't get knocked out, whether he fights or not,
I only match him.
No, is that what you want?
Yeah. I pretty much look through opponents. I'll have easy guys in there, and then I just look for a guy who I think can knock out Carlos, and I match him with that.
Nice.
Every time, pretty much.
It will succeed at some point.
Yeah, he hasn't got knocked out yet. He got a hard head. But I think this time I might get him someone really.
He has a Mexican mother, bro. You know how hard it is to do that? I'm sure oh my God, he was talking about when the fucking his mom was curb stomping him and shit.
Oh, yeah.
He's a wild motherfucker.
I'm like, why do I identify with your childhood? Like, what the fuck is wrong with us? Well, yep, probably be good at this sport.
You relate to trauma.
Dude.
That's as far as Bryan will take it. Maybe.
Oh shit, talk Phil.
Hello.
There you go.
There he is.
Had the wrong mic on, bro.
Aw, boo.
I was like, I can hear the laughter of the fucking.
Why are you gonna do that to him like that? Come on.
Anyways, what's up, little Twitchers? Everybody watching, listening,
TikTokers and
whatever the fuck is correct nowadays. Oh, look at this fat bitch.
oh, that guy.
Oh, speaking of that, let's start with that. That's a nice story.
Yeah, okay, we're going there.
Before we go there, Phil, thank you for being here with us
Yes.
today, because we are really bad at introducing people. I appreciate you being here with us.
Appreciate it.
On that note, this fucking fat bitch on fucking that pretended to be the DTE worker, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Bro.
I've seen that.
Come on, man. I already don't like opening doors for people that I know. Now I have to fucking worry about the once a month DTE worker that comes through, bro.
I know, it's insane.
I don't want to check my door with a Glock. Like,
It scared me because if they knocked on my door, I would have opened my fucking door.
Right.
Yeah, go check it out.
especially you
Sure,
got
and
the
you
vest on and shit. And,
Yeah.
you know, you got the DTE letter.
I would have worried about how fat he was. He was abnormally massive.
Yeah, like I don't know if you're a good DTE worker, bro. What you do? They got you doing the bench warmer.
Yeah, no, I thought that was really fucked up, man.
I had to catch the guy.
Kind of seemed targeted, though. They came there twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they knew what they were looking for, or who they were looking for.
Yeah. It
What?
could have just been as simple as, he owned a jewelry store and, you know.
This is somebody stole too, right? Jewelry and
I
other
love,
stuff. They had to have known.
I love Instagram comments. Well, in one of the videos, I forgot what outlet it was like at the top. Oh, you know that wife wants that insurance money. And I'm like, yo,
I highly doubt. They're old as fuck.
Nah.
she wants to live the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Glory. She was fucking finding young studs out there. Yeah, that's besides the point. All right, but the more positive note, non-murdery. Phil, tell us a little bit of where you grew up, man. Where you from?
So I grew up over in Clinton Township earlier. It's like maybe 10, 15 minutes outside of Detroit in like the suburbs on the east side.
Okay.
Yeah. I grew up over there on so growing up, I was a fucking terrible child. So I was a juvenile a lot. Dropped out of high school. I'll be honest, my education level was like maybe like a 7th grade education. I just failed all my classes, went to juvenile, got out of juvenile, went to school. In juvenile, they were, teaching us like 2 + 2 = like 4. And that was like my algebra 2 credit.
Wow.
And I went to high school and I was like, yeah, these credits, are not, like I did not know what the fuck was going on. I didn't know algebra 2. The juvenile education didn't transfer over. So I was just like, fuck this, dropped out and went and I started working in my first recording studio.
Man.
Now, what is that, like high school age?
Yeah, I was 17.
17.
Yeah.
And what's again, because we were also meeting at the same time, because I'm pretty confident we've never met before in person, at least. But so you get into your first studio. So what do you start doing? Because I know obviously what you do like now, present day. But like, were you like just always in a video production, or what were you doing?
No, so I've been an audio engineer for 10 years. So or maybe longer than that. I'm getting older. So I was working first in production, basically making music, like beats, stuff like that. And then I transferred over to engineering, which is basically editing music. And so I started doing that when I was 17. When I was 18, I started before then, but I started doing it professionally at 17. Then opened my own studio when I was 18. That lasted a year. And then I got in some trouble, got locked up, went to jail for a couple of years. And then when I got out of jail, went back, pursued music again. I moved to New York for internship in engineering, worked out there for a while. Came back, pursued engineering as a freelancer, and then I opened up Parallel Sound Studio about 7 years ago. 2000.
So you've been going at it for 7 years.
Quite the trip.
Current studio.
Parallel Sounds has been open.
I mean, you don't have to drop a physical address, but like, where's that? Does that located in Detroit?
No, it's in Sterling Heights. It's at 15 Moravian. Yeah.
Okay.
Parallel Sound Studio.
I'm gonna swing by one.
It's really nice.
It looks nice, at least on video.
Yeah.
Like I can't speak for the outsider or but so you get into video production or at your current studio. Now, do you do like work besides like the producing, like the projects that you produce?
So I quit engineering a couple years ago. I don't work as an engineer anymore. So what happened? So I was working in music, and I became pretty popular as an engineer around here. I started making really good money, and then I wanted to do like some investing. They legalized marijuana, kind of blew up. I got into growing marijuana
Legally, whoever's watching.
Yes. So I opened up a few grow facilities. We ended up getting like 4 facilities open, and I started pursuing that. Mostly like a side project. And I kind of started to just like fall out of love with music. I think it was just rough working. Like I had these goals and dreams to work with celebrities and like big artists one day. And I just kind of thought like that was my end goal. Like this is going to solve all my problems. And like, I'm going to be like, have my dreams fulfilled. And then I got in the room. I got to that level. Started working with celebrities all the time. And it was fucking terrible. And I'd rather have worked with the shitty artists and work. Because they treated me like I wasn't a human. Like the artists that I was working with previously were like treating me like I was God. And then I walk into this room and they're like, hit the button, you little peasant. You know?
You're just the guy there.
Yeah.
Running back.
They actually pay you way less than
what?
Indie artists. Like I'm making like $1,000 a day working with broke artists. And then I'm working with millionaire artists and they're trying to pay me $20 an hour. So
really?
Because they have so much demand. Like so many people will work for them for free because
pretty much for free.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're not going to get paid well.
When you put an actual like price range, they're like, fuck, I can just go get it for free from like 10 other people.
Yeah. Until your name's on their level. So then I hopped on this road and I seen how far I had to go and I was like, fuck this shit. So I quit doing music and I had really no clue what I was going to do. I just know being in the studio 16 hours a day, I got fat as fuck. I was like 270 pounds. So I wanted to do something to lose weight. And I got into the gym. So I played football throughout my life and I wanted to do like something like kind of aggressive. So I went into a martial arts gym, started doing jiu-jitsu. I seen they were boxing and I liked the boxing a lot more. One thing led to another. I started competing and fighting. I really fell in love with Muay Thai. And at this point, I wasn't really working. The grow facilities where the market was on a massive decline. We ended up shutting down most of those locations. My employees at the studio kind of ran it myself, so I really wasn't doing anything but fighting. But I still had no clue what I wanted to do for a career. And then they legalized Muay Thai in Michigan. And at the time, I was competing, so I was just waiting for them to put on a show so I could go just fight here in Michigan. Right. And just no one did it. And it was like 8 months later, I called the commission. I'm asking if anyone had got their licensing. They didn't. I'm like, fuck it, let's do this.
Oh, that answers one of my questions. So but I want to make sure I heard that right. You said they legalized?
Yeah, I was going to ask that too. I'm
what
like,
the fuck?
How recent has this been for?
It's been sanctioned for like 2 years.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know it existed until 2 months ago. When I started seeing the fucking like, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah, because is that the only like I guess martial art form that was illegal, I guess, here in the state, or was it just kind of?
Well, okay, I don't know if illegal is the right word. It was.
Yeah, it was like
illegal,
unsanctioned.
but unsanctioned. Yeah,
Right. Like,
and it's
okay, gotcha.
really just a thing of laziness. It wasn't like because of the violent nature of the sport or anything. But they had to write legislation, get all the rules passed and everything like that. Our commission.
It was just a bridge that wasn't crossed, essentially.
Yeah, it just was a bridge that wasn't crossed. So kickboxing and Muay Thai just got sanctioned 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, one of my favorite things that you do online is the fucking videos of the post fights where like you have
Those are great.
So one of those ones where I was and I don't know how recent this is when Kid L was telling Carlos, "Oh, you fucking lost. You don't deserve it." I'm like, is this supposed to be a parody or is this like for real? Like
real.
and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I did a little digging around and I discovered that Carlos went to high school with a buddy of mine. Well, but we ended up going to high school at the same time. We just never actually knew each other. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
No
Like,
way. So you seen that video and
and then I was like, and I'm like, that's the guy that my friend Victorino was talking about, Carlos, because Carlos has no presence on social media. For obvious reasons.
He's done stuff.
He needs to be banned. Actually, I sided,
and then I was like, oh shit, like, dude, what the fuck? This is such a small world.
Yeah.
But kind of staying a little bit in content. What have you found up to? Even your personal content that you put out, like the little skit videos.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know if you want to call them skit, more like
they're like skits. Yeah,
I think so.
Which are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyways, what are some of the biggest pitfalls you've seen from like making content, or what's one thing you don't like about this content?
I think I'm too new in the content, so I really just started making like my own content. It's been about 3 months. So I mean, I've made content a lot for my recording studios and I'm in Muay Thai in like a professional sense, but I never made my own stuff.
Right.
And so I'm almost too new to like find the things I hate about it besides content as a whole. Because I think if I didn't see a silver lining of like profit and like notoriety, then I wouldn't make it at all. I'd just delete Instagram as a whole.
Right.
So I guess
they're all recent. We all have Instagram. Like I don't.
We're all trying to get up there.
I don't give a fuck about Instagram. But like,
I want to watch my own shit.
Can somebody make my own shit, please? Thank you.
But yeah, I've like been a creative my whole life, so I love the creativity side. I didn't think like my content would start like kind of blow. Like my very first piece that I put out fucking went crazy. Got like 1 million views. So I didn't think that was going to happen, but I did think I could have an edge on most of the guys who make like Muay Thai content. I like they might make like satire clips, but I didn't think they were like as funny or like as genuine, you know? So, I don't know. I've enjoyed most of the process. I would say, the actual execution of content would be the thing. Just sometimes, bro, you can write out a piece like so. Like I to make my first piece, I probably wrote out 100 pieces, you know, of scripts and stuff like that. And then so when you go to actually execute these, like that one was like I didn't even think that one was that good. That first one that went viral, but I executed 10 other ones and they turned out like shit. So that kind of sucks. Thinking like I got fucking gold here.
Oh, when you know that feeling,
yeah. And then you're like, sucks, dude. I'm retarded.
And then you post it, and you're like, "What?"
Yeah,
like the one stuff I didn't put that much effort into is what goes viral. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you never know that. Okay, that's a big one. Never know.
It's not the one you put a fucking 100 hours in. It's the one that you're like conjured up in like 5 minutes.
And it's actually heartbreaking. Because you're like,
easily.
This fucking effort into this piece of content, and it goes out and it flops. I want to cry. I'm like, and then
man, we have no shame, bro. We be reposting shit all the time. We're like, I'll let Instagram forget about this video.
Well, again, like always like thinking back. Yeah, like always thinking back to our most viral clip. Right. How many times did you repost that? Like five times.
Like a reactionary clip. Like I posted it 3 times.
Were you guys making adjustments each time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then it hit.
Then it hit. Yeah.
Okay, but does it feel weird putting that back on the page? Because that's what I want to do.
It does.
Yeah.
But my thought process is if like you said earlier, you want to reach an audience, right? Well, you didn't say it, but I'm sure that's what the goal everybody has is reaching a massive audience. I don't care if like 2,000 of my followers hit it good. You know what I mean? Like that's not disrespectful to like my followers.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to post like once a week type shit. But if I post it a month from now, it's like, well, who gives a fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you don't care.
It's your own shit. And if you are at the point where you don't care, I mean, that's what funded this fucking studio. You know what I mean? That one video. So it's like, why would I care what fucking top comment? Oh, man, you get lazy. You're falling off. Posting the same shit, man. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's the one person with no profile.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you see a good adjustment you can make later on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
always pay attention to
regret
stuff we
always
do
comes in. You're like, fuck, I missed. Or a mistake. Not even an adjustment or change something. It's just something that you're like, oh, fuck, I left that frame in there or whatever.
Yeah, or like, captions like, oh, why is there an extra letter? Like, damn it. That kills me just every time.
Spell chick shit, dude. Oh, my God.
Or does it bother you? Like, to me, there's always a fine, like a debate with me between creativity and trying to hit broadness, kind of like a low hanging fruit,
Right.
where it's like you might be able to put something in there a bit more creative, a bit more thoughtful, but maybe it's going to hit a lower audience amount. And I think that's always a fight with me.
Yeah.
Well, that's a fight. I'm getting
balance,
a lot of content, especially like, because like, let's say like we're doing a podcast today, right? So if we want to post a clip that's not like just clickbaity or like a drama story or anything like that, it's hard to make that engage, at least to a broad audience, right? I can sit here and be like, oh, when I was a kid, I fucking jumped naked out of a fucking second story window. It was like, oh, you'll get some engagement off the rip, but if it's just me talking about, like, last week I had a shitty week, it's like, that's not gonna get no fucking clicks. So, like, even then, it's like it's because then you put yourself in a window. I was joking about it a couple episodes ago of people that go viral, and again, if I'm offending somebody, that's your fault. There's people that go viral and then they just do that over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
That gotta be miserable as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you like, what's a good example? Fuck. Because again, I don't want to put people on the spot. Oh, the dude that like the sings again. Sorry, he's watching this or I don't think. They got the meme that goes like, "It's time to play the game." You know that fat dude?
Mm-hmm.
That's all he does. Just different songs.
Clapping it out.
So it's like him singing other songs. Yeah.
Like you cannot be happy doing
And
that. You know what I mean? So you're chasing that initial like bump,
That's because I think they just got lucky. Right. I do understand formatting.
right?
Like right now, I have a format, which I have like a handful more coming out, which is like a voiceover,
Right.
like this type of situation. And that's going to be like one format.
Right.
And then like you'll have different lanes of that stuff. So I understand the formatting side, but a lot of those guys might get lucky one time. And then they're like, fuck it.
Yeah, but it is partially luck because
Right.
the internet loves to have algorithms and everything.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
somehow yours goes in and you're done. And it's like, okay, he get 5,000
People
off
like
the rip or something.
like
It's
like
weird.
the format that you're kind of referring to, at least from my point of view, is something that you kind of like splice together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like you were pushing to that corner
Yeah.
of like somebody posted something that went fucking mega viral, and now they're just replicating that and not necessarily finding like fulfillment out of it.
Oh, okay.
know what I mean?
That's different.
Like to where they're like,
Think
fuck,
of-
I gotta post this again, and they're like, oh, like the NPC shit on TikTok. You've seen that?
No.
People that pretend to be NPCs and they're like, yum yum yum, yum yum yum.
I never seen
when
that.
they're like on live. Yeah, so like people like you can gift like gifts to people on live. I think you can do that on Instagram. I'm not sure. I never go fucking live. But people are pretending a different reaction for like different gifts. So they go like yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And it's like depending on what gifts they get. It's like so fucking dumb. Like I gotta be miserable to do that.
Yeah, that's miserable. I mean, I think you should make. It's hard because a lot of us want to build audiences, right?
Right.
And we'll fall into the algorithm. But I think your original purpose should be like you're creative and you want to make something cool.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's all. That's all it should be.
Well, yeah. Well, and then what? I can't say this word. Being relatable. That's one thing that my girl is constantly online, and even like on the Discord side of things, like like just people that game and shit like that. So she tells me all the time, and like little things like if you see more shares and then likes in a post, and I didn't know this until last week, that means that it's going viral because people are making fun of it. And I'm like, fuck. So every time now I see a post that has more shares than likes, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, that's a different culture because she's younger than me, not too younger, but she's like got more than half a decade younger than me.
Making fun of the content,
Yeah.
or
Or like the person in the content, which I'm like, what?
I don't know if I would agree with that. Because I've done a lot of studying on those type of ratios, like shares versus saves.
Mhm.
Saves is value.
Versus like comments and shit like that.
One thing you'll note, like they can also be using it at the share stuff as like relatability to a friend. So like we had this one post that blew up and did almost 1 million views, and it was like Kiddo was asking during the press conference why we go to Thailand, and then we said lady boys, right? That thing got like 30,000 shares, right, and like I don't know, like 7,000 or 8,000,
right?
But what they're doing is they're taking this post and they're sharing it to every single one of their friends who ever went to Thailand, and they're saying like, you're fucking gay, that.
It's an interesting form of engagement, but it's working somehow.
I guess they're still making fun of us.
But you see what I mean? Like they're making fun of the situation. Doesn't mean like
okay.
I don't mean it as in like, oh, you're fucking dumb on the video per se.
Okay.
As in like, it's relatable. Well, that's probably the word I should have used. When something has more shares and likes is because it's relatable to a point to where you have that instance. Oh, let me send it to this fucking friend, and you type in there, oh, you gay as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's where that comes from. And it took me a while to realize, I'm like, oh shit, like that's those metrics that a lot of people probably don't even like really pay attention to. Have a lot, like, or when something just, I don't know, there's a shit ton of like brain rot content, like fucking cats and shit. I'd be liking, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be liking fucking dumbass videos, dude. Like, I follow this Instagram page, and I guess this is a question for both of you guys. What's the weirdest Instagram page you guys follow? Because I follow the Racer Cat that sings, like the popular songs, and it's just a fucking singing, but in like cat. It's so fucking. It's a cat that sings it, but it's just like meow 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 meow.
I don't know if I have a. I don't
like
know
almost a million followers and shit.
For me, it's definitely the KFC Spain pages.
The fucking corporate accounts that post some fucking good memes, bro.
Yeah,
and they do it so damn well. It's insane.
Damn, dude.
Like,
you should check out KFC Espanol.
Actually, probably Johansson, the Prophet, is probably. He makes great content. He's just a depressed alcoholic telling you about his day, and he's just drunk all day long, and it seems very real and genuine.
Now I'm thinking of like Doug Townsend. You showed me him before. He's really good.
Have you seen that dude on Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to collaborate for him to come on the podcast. He's a dude that'd be like a sexualized video, and then it's a car salesman. It was like, I want to snatch your tits. Anyways, I got this Chrysler 300.
Oh yeah,
holla. Yeah, dude,
he's fucking gold.
Dude, I'll give you the information after the fact. But no, he's.
You think you can get him on?
He's gonna come. Oh yeah, I think he's gonna be coming to Michigan soon.
No way.
So
that'd be fucking awesome.
I'm sure. But anyways, some of the stuff that you see, but again, you can tell that he likes doing that in a way. You know what I mean? He likes to obviously look at fucking big titty bitches on Instagram, right?
Yeah, it feels
so real. He like obviously like does a sequence and goes like, anyways, says what he's thinking about the video. Come check out this fucking Chrysler 200.
Yeah, it feels very real. Yeah.
Dude, but so one of the projects that you run is going back to Muay Thai.
You'll get it eventually. I know you. I believe
it's all right. We're the infants,
right? What are some of the pitfalls that people don't see you running?
Running the promotion?
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving parts. So, I would say like maybe one of the things we talked about in the beginning, which I think this is true for any startup. Now this is maybe like my 7th business. So, is the team building aspect of it, getting good people involved that are passionate and want to work on something when there's no money on it in the beginning.
Oh man, that's a tough one to swallow, to tell people to work for free, bro.
Yeah, or a lot less than what they're used to. And it's a massive project. Like our last show at Masonic Temple, to staff that between fighters and everybody involved, just to put on it between talent and staff, was 140 people. So it's just a huge amount of collaboration, which is quite difficult for some. Dealing with fighters.
I'm sure that's fun.
Yeah, getting, like ultimately what I do is like I pay people to fight each other. So, in like
That's
a
a hell of a
nutshell.
line of like put it in a blog.
It's like a
like,
promotion. All right.
You know, I just pay people. That's not a weird website for them to fight each other.
Yeah, in a nutshell, that's what I do. So, the negotiations between the fighters and stuff like that. Also, Muay Thai has a bit of like a, God, I don't want to like hate on anyone, but it has like kind of like a culty community. So very,
Well, for now, because anything can go.
yeah. Well, no, not about the size of the community. The groups that get sectioned off within the already small community.
Oh, okay.
And then they're kind of like, we're the ones, we're going to run this shit and stuff like that. But the pie is so small and everyone's fighting over tiny pieces of it. So there's a lot of like politics and dumb shit involved at this stage in it because it's just so small and people get kind of greedy.
Fucking people don't want to see other people win, man. That's how I be.
Yeah, I think that's it's like when you first get started, our first show. I mean, we're so new. We've been doing this 8 months. We're babies right now. So, our first show is like everybody in the world, everybody around was like, this is so fucking cool. I can't believe you guys are bringing Muay Thai here. Most people don't even know what Muay Thai is.
Right.
And, to like, we're only 3 shows in and half those people are hating on us now. So it's,
Oh,
dude, what the fuck is wrong?
all right.
I absolutely love when people like are like 100% on board, supportive in the very first when you make an announcement, and they're like you start actually doing good and throwing more and seeing the progress, and then you're
Yeah.
like, fuck him,
Yeah.
he's a piece of shit.
Because people love seeing somebody chase a dream because it reminds them of what they want to do. They
Right,
also
yeah.
want to chase a
Yep.
dream. But when the dream starts working out and it's not working out for them yet,
And then they take it out on you.
Yeah.
oh,
Yep.
fuck that.
Oh man, the metrics are less when we grow in followers and get more like a broader audience. I can see I'm like, what happened to these people? They're like, stop following. I'm like, you fucking losers.
Yeah, already seen it.
It happened to me really bad in the music industry. I started with a bunch of artists that were like, we were just all best friends, My career grew a lot faster than theirs. And
Now you're like
I have none of them best friends anymore.
You're like, oh yeah, we see how it is. You're not with us now.
funny. That's a funny thing you mentioned. It's like when, again, I'm not saying that we're at any level per se, but like the more we do this, the longer we do it, just in layman's terms, the more like the circle of people that we interact with kind of shifts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and the people that were really, really supportive, like the 1% are still there. You know what I mean? Because they also want to grow themselves. But it's very hard to find people to even support you, let alone work with you. God damn, dude. And now,
No, it's really hard. But that's how growth works, You have to keep, I think people underestimate this when certain companies or projects or whatever you want to do, pretty much anything you're ever going to work on is like just a collection of people. Like a company that's all a company is. It's just a group of people working towards something or any type of situation like that. So how are you going to grow a company? You're going to grow people. You're going to either make the people you're with better or you're going to get new people. And you're going to keep doing that. I don't care if it's a podcast or you're fucking making cupcakes, like same process,
well, in that process, because you were mentioning, kind of shifts or changes, and I'm guessing everybody that worked in your team or works currently, it's all out of the same studio, right? For when it comes to productions in your studio?
For the recording studio?
For the recording studio?
Yeah, most of my guys been there like 5 years. So.
Okay. Now, when it comes to like running, because I'm sure, so you run, to spoiler alert, you run the Kid L podcast, right?
No, I don't run it.
You don't, or do you produce it? You just
this is all Kid L's show. Kid L's really, really close friend of mine.
Okay.
That's all his credit.
Well, not like running, like owning it type shit,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, like you're behind the scenes.
No, so I have the studio and me and Kid L are friends.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But, so I mean, but you've been in the production of video, right?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
So what's one of the things, that you've learned? I mean, we were kind of talking about the switching the angles and stuff before we started, but what's one thing that, or like a eureka moment that you had where you're like, oh shit, like that was there all along? Like, cause I remember when I started, I used to do audio like for live bands and performances. And for the longest, I'm like, fuck, why can't I get fucking microphones to stop screeching and shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
And then I it took me like a couple of Google searches and be like, oh, this whole fucking stress you could have been solved with like one button. Like, what's one of those moments that you've had where like, oh shit, that could have saved me fucking hours,
man,
throughout the years?
Oh, it's 20. I mean, as far as technically,
Yeah,
I don't know if I can think of a specific one, because in tech stuff, like working in computers, that's almost a weekly occurrence. It's like everything is just going to shit, complete shit, and it's destroying the entire program. But it was my compressor wasn't set right, or fucking my power strip has like an electrical issue in it. It's just something really. It's always something small. I've almost never had like a really big issue, but the final result ends up being a really big issue.
Right.
Yeah.
because you cannot see it being that. I'm sure you have a little bit of that perfectionist in you, where you're like,
Oh yeah.
like if you put something out that's like posted and shit, like going back to your content, right? If you see like you missed a frame that you left out there and shit, that probably pisses you the fuck off.
Yeah. Or if I just get better ideas later, like if I think like this caption could have been better or something like that, it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Dude, there's one thing that I absolutely hate when we post something. I'm like, fuck, down to like the color of the text, you know? And I'm like, fuck, I wish I would have done that instead. It's like it doesn't fucking matter at this point.
Or like things out of our control, like from a few episodes ago, the internet in here just decided to just not really work with us so well. So things were buffering on stream.
So
Our stream was buffering a lot, and then I guess our audio started to get the spaz out, started being glitchy.
Yeah, because we were trying to also record it to kind of make up for it, and then like the recording was fucking corrupt. And I'm like, oh,
And it's never happened. That was like the
we've had
first time we've had that
150
problem.
episodes, and the one time we have internet problems, we can't record the episode. Like, what the fuck?
No, that's fucked. Yeah, that happens to us all the time. Right now, I have an entire Dolby Atmos system. Like, so Dolby Atmos is like you game, right? Like, you know how there's like immersive audio headset. That's basically what it is for music. So this is kind of like the next generation of where music's going. It's going to take some time, but it's immersive audio for music. So we implemented like a Dolby Atmos surround system in our studio. It's been in there for months, and we literally just can't get this like one software to communicate with the next software. And it's just
It's just sitting there.
3
now.
months.
Like,
Yeah, spent $50,000 on this fucking system, and we can't use it.
God.
And I'm flying in a guy to come in and fix it from California. I know he's going to sit down and be like, "Oh, it's just this," and then
You're anticipating it. You're like, oh, please be actually elaborate. I wouldn't have known this.
No, I think that's always the case with tech shit,
Man.
Yeah, working in tech stuff's bitch.
Yeah, and just to go a little bit back to some of the earlier stuff you said. So, and again, feel free. We want to skip over this conversation, but you did mention you went to jail, right?
Yeah.
Again, don't take this the wrong way. What's one of the weirdest characters you found in jail? Like,
Oh god, so fucking many. Well, the worst thing you're gonna run into in jail is pedophiles. Those are gonna be your number one. Well, so I should probably give some context to this so people don't think I'm a horrible person. But I went to jail for armed robbery. I opened a recording studio. I was working in a recording studio. There was a robbery that happened. I was young and retarded. I was 18 years old. I knew both the guys. I knew they were going to rob them, everything like that. So I was
in a complex
with everything. I was trying to be cool, fit in. And fucking, so I went to jail for that for a couple of years. And, so if you get so armed robbery is a capital offense. So, there's like 25 to life tail on it. If you get in those tails, even though I was 18, the first time I went to jail, you're going to get in there with the other capital offenders. So the only other ones is murder, armed robbery, arson, and CSC, criminal sexual conduct or sex crimes. So I'm in there with like pretty much all murders,
like
armed robbers, and
shit.
Man.
That's it. And
a hell of a 2 years.
yeah, the rapists they're all fucking just, like they look like Carlos said this, now I'm gonna paraphrase him, but they look like the fucking like kids in school that like would bite people. Like fucking you're in there with hardened criminals. Like Like you're on the rock and you see a motherfucker coming from quarter-mile away. I'll know if he's a rapist the second he walks in that door. Cause we're in there with jacked up, tattooed, fucking hardened criminals,
Right.
and you get some like either skinny or fat, like weird looking dude coming there looking terrified as fuck, you know, walking out. You just know that guy's got some crime.
Or a fucking kid toucher, probably.
Yeah. I did terrible.
Had to wipe them hard drives.
Okay, Carlo.
Yeah. Going to jail as a sex offender is like for every year you're in jail as a sex offender is like probably doing 5 years as a normal person. Because know that they're getting fucking tortured every single day. Just, I've seen so many horrible things.
I can only imagine. Because, I mean, it's almost like an outspoken rule, at least from what I've heard. Again, I've never been to prison, of like people that are, especially that are like child molesters, get a certain treatment when they go to prison.
Yeah, it's horrible, actually.
And it's, I mean, I don't feel bad for them, but
Man,
dude.
there is times I felt bad for some. One time I seen this 18-year-old. It doesn't matter. If that paper says CSC, you're not. No one's clicking with you, and you're bait. So, like, so like in jail, like when you're locked up, like there's like you're either like prey or not, you know, one or the other. And anyone with a sex crime is like free game for anyone in touch, you know, like, but if not, you might be like a gang member.
Right.
You fuck with that guy, you're gonna fuck with a bunch of guys, or you're just a stand-up dude, like who's gonna fight for himself or whatever like that. If not, you're going to fall in there like with basically like the pussies or the sex crimes. But most people know not to be pussies in there because it's just going to be a bad time for you. The sex crime dudes, like I seen this kid come in. He's like 18 years old. His girlfriend was 15. He had sex crimes. They're like, they were in love. Like he's really in love. He's really like a high schooler. He was in high school and he's in
So he
there.
just happened to be 18.
Yeah. And, they just, did horrible things. Doesn't matter. So that paper says CSC, you're fucked.
It's like, what? It's like I'm 18 and my girlfriend's 17.
I still love
That sucks, dude. I mean,
that's the only time I felt bad, though. Other than that, they can get what they got coming.
you ever seen that clip of the guy that was that murderer pedophile, and he was talking to the judge and was like, you know, I ain't no judge. All I did was set up the appointment with God. What the fuck?
He murdered him in prison, or
He murdered him in prison, so he got more stacked on it. But everybody in the comments like, "Oh, reduce his sentence, let him out." He's doing God's work.
Yeah, it's really bad in there for them. I have some horrible stories.
No shit. Plot up, bro. What happens at the studio?
I can, I'll tell one. Again, it's been a long time since I was locked up. I think this was almost 10 years ago. So, or 8 years ago. So, it's been a while since I thought about these, but yeah, there was actually one that I set up pretty bad. So, but this guy's fucked up, dude. This might be kind of a long story. So I was, in my unit, I'm sitting in jail and this kid walks in and he knows me. And, I went to school with him and I see him and stuff. And I'm like, oh, what are you in for? He's like, I stole my dad's car. And I was like, this motherfucker wouldn't be on this unit. We're in a violent, maximum security unit. So it didn't click with me, but I was like, I let it go for a minute because I went to school with him. He seemed normal, stuff like that. Like maybe he punched someone downstairs or something. And, so we fucking get to know each other for a minute. He goes to court. Me and someone else clicked up with go into his cell and go through all of his shit and find his paperwork. Because that's the other thing, you didn't have paperwork. You always get paperwork, until you're a sex offender and then you lost it. So hey, at that point,
is that the way they get it, like around you? Like,
it's always,
say you lost it.
Oh yeah, it's always like I can't find my paperwork. You better find that fucking paperwork. We need to check it. So we go in, we look through the paperwork. He had the most disturbing discovery pack I ever seen. So a discovery pack is basically what the prosecution gives you to review of all the evidence that they have against you. You have the right to cross-examine it. So basically in this pack, I have every detail of what he did in his case. And we're reading this out. I won't get too graphic because it got really graphic, but basically he had a 6 8-year-old little brother and 11-year-old sister who was was paraplegic. He was molesting them and raping them.
God damn.
And also found out he was raping them. He was in juvenile when he was younger and was raping them then. And then as an adult, he went to juvenile for 2 years, got out. Then as an adult, went back, started raping them again. Then he was in there. Now, I didn't do anything personally, but this was the most graphic thing I had ever read. I was really sick. I kind of wanted to kill the dude. Yeah. But so I took his pack and I went and I threw it on the desk. We're in Iraq. Like there's 160 people in a little box, you know? And I went through on the table. I was like, if anyone wants to read his pack, you can. So everyone passed it around and read it. Really bad things happened to him after that. So there's like this, and this is the type of treatment you're going to get like as a sex offender. So for future rapists,
take notes.
There's this, hair removal stuff that they put on there for bald guys like myself, and that just like you takes the hair off. You have to take it off after a few minutes or it starts to burn your skin off. So what they did is they took him in the room, tied him up, and rubbed it all over his face, his body, his dick, burnt his skin off, and kept him there for like an hour, kept re-putting it on him. Took a broomstick, shoved it up his ass, and broke it inside his ass, blood everywhere, and it was horrible.
It's like war crimes here. War turning. What are we doing?
Instead of sending money to Israel. No.
And then I seen it all happen, and I thought, damn, did I just make that happen? I just made that happen. I put that thing.
Your head's like, wait, let's start here.
I would like to believe that was going to happen regardless. You just kind of sped up the process.
Yeah. It was going to happen no matter what. But that's just kind of a reference to what happened. I think it's just.
I mean, that was literally words out of my mouth, bro. I think it's just
the broomstick up the ass. Yeah, you know what?
It's the universe correcting itself,
Yeah.
Now, the promotion, I don't want to say agency. What would be the best way to describe it?
Fight league promotion.
Fight league, right? If what is the next step? What's the ultimate goal for MMT?
Okay, so as far as Muay Thai goes, the current landscape in America is extremely small, and as far as competition, there really isn't any at this point. There's obviously other promotions in other states, but they do a really shit job in terms of production. There's no marketing.
You heard that in Illinois?
Yeah, they do a terrible job. I think all of them. I think the biggest issue with the current landscape, and it's something that I know we're trying to do, and we're going to keep getting better at doing. But I do wish other promotions were doing it, because I will have a hard time trying to do this all myself. There's no effort to try to build an audience for the sport and try to entertain casuals like there was to MMA and boxing and things like that. So right now, Muay Thai is kind of in a state where it's like a competition-based platform, kind of like what you would think of like a tournament-style wrestling or jiu-jitsu or something like that, where it's just kind of like, come here and compete. Maybe your family comes and watch and take
maybe
go.
10 friends at the most type shit.
Yeah. And it's just like a place for guys to compete. We don't want to be that at all. I want to be entertaining. I'm not only looking for fighters at this point, and we're just getting started, so we haven't been able to put it all out there yet. But we're not only looking for fighters. I'm looking for talent, which is a fighter with personality and charisma.
You want the experience of it.
It's something that grows too.
Yeah.
That would. I mean, that does two things. You have talent and the personality of it.
Yeah.
One thing that as soon as you said that, makes me think of Conor McGregor. I'm sure he pushed UFC a little bit up further in popularity.
Yeah, sir.
Okay,
he was king of it.
Dude, he's injured now, right? He doesn't fight anymore?
Yes.
Again, I don't know if you noticed by now, but I don't follow sports.
Yeah.
But knowing that I just, became aware of Muay Thai.
Close.
Muay Thai.
Close. I'm getting better at it.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, just the casual even following of like just the post fights and recaps like that, I think that's a huge market too.
Yeah, something
that's how you would grow it, because I see some of the fights. I don't know if it was yesterday or today, or it might be like an older fight. But I saw it today. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like somebody getting their ass beat and it's cut to something else.
Yeah.
And then come back to getting their ass beat. I'm like, that's like that's peak entertainment right there.
Because we're trying to display some of these personalities, and once you see that, maybe you see Carlos fight the next 10 times,
right.
You get to see how funny he is and stuff like this. And this is what's going to build a fan. Maybe you never watched Muay Thai in your life, but you want to go watch Carlos,
right?
Because you think he's funny and shit like that. And this is how we can do this over a long period of time and more resources and stuff like that. No one's doing that right now. There's, the biggest Muay Thai shows are maybe 500 people. We've already hit almost 2,000 people at turnouts. So it's right now to just grow an audience, like grow people, get people attached to the fighters that we have on our roster. Longevity, I mean, we want to be as big as we fucking can. I want to be do you know what one championship is?
I've heard of
the
it.
one. Yeah, I think
I've heard of it.
This is like the UFC for Muay Thai.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they don't do any entertainment really style stuff. It's just the best fighters in the world fighting. We want to be like the entertainment style, the WWE of Muay Thai, toned down a little bit. WWE, but yeah,
right. I mean, WWE, you need to be really in fucking shape to do that type of shit.
Yeah.
You got to sell it that it looks easy.
Yeah. Have you watched the Mr. McMahon Netflix documentary?
No.
I caught bits and pieces, yeah.
Oh, it's fucking amazing. And I never watched WWE.
What?
No, it's never.
Dude, to this day, every now when I'm walking in my job, I just be going like this to people and shit, bro.
I couldn't believe how massive he did that. It was strictly entertainment storyline. And I think UFC, are you guys fans of UFC?
Yeah, a little bit.
I think they took big plays out of their book. They were like UFC. I felt like WWE was like the Marvel version, and they were like the cinematic real movie version.
Yeah.
Where UFC, they're still like making stories and stuff like that, and following these storylines like the WWE, but in a realistic way. And I think that's where the entertainment comes.
Yeah, I see in fights now, you'll have like backstories. They have like behind the scenes footage of fighters now, and really interviewing them and talking about like all their families and where they came from and their hardships. And I'm like, okay, this is you're trying to get us to become like, I'm in there stuck with them all the way.
Dude, fucking just the little things like Carlos telling Kidel, like, I'll show you after the fight. Like shit like that. I'm like, dude, I gotta talk to Carlos. He was funny as fuck. And then again, getting feedback from a good friend of mine, Victorino, he would always be like, I went to high school with him, and I fucking started, me and him started both at the same time. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, what happened to you? He's not fucking going anymore. So, like, he kept going, and then you just fucking stopped.
Carlos is a fucking dog.
He told me he was big as fuck. I know you mentioned you were big as fuck. I'm actually right now, I guess, in a downward trajectory. I was 350 at the beginning of the year.
Oh, no.
So I'm at around, I weighed myself literally before I showered today, and I was like 309.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm going down slowly, because I don't want to shred it all at once. I've done that shit before, and then keeping it as fuck it.
You gotta come try Muay Thai, dude.
That's what he told me. He's like, dude, if you got Saturdays fucking coming, I'm like, the drive though. But then again, that's that fucking fat mentality, because I make the drive for this shit, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I gotta want it. Like he did recommend me just fucking start running before you start doing hard shit.
Yeah, that's all it is. Is like, I'm gonna do hard shit.
Right.
I'm gonna do shit I don't want to do. I'm gonna eat shit I don't want to eat. That's it. There's nothing else.
Dude, I'm only getting a little bit more disciplined though, because that's the key to life. At least I feel like once you do shit you don't want to do, that's it. That's like the solution to life.
That's the solution to everybody's problem.
Yeah, do shit you don't want to do.
I feel like I'm a voice for a lot of my friends, and as far as when they're going through problems and stuff, and it's so much more simple than anyone makes it out to be. I always hear these big, complicated problems that they throw at me. I'm like, it's not that deep.
Like, you're overthinking the hell out of it. Come on.
Yeah. Do shit you don't want to do every day as long as possible.
I have a buddy that I don't want to drop names, but people would probably know who he is. He's always complaining about like dating and shit like that. I'm like, dude, how about just try? Like, you thought about that? Like, he's like, I can't find nobody. I'm like, I might just keep trying. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna fucking have success.
No, that's a very common one. Like, I'll
It's like,
have
dude.
one of my really like fat friends call me like, I just cannot find a single girl. I'm like, well, take the steps, find a girl. Get in the fucking gym. You have no money. Start working. Start making money. Start trying to meet girls.
Yeah.
But he has no problem meeting girls. He can meet girls all day long.
Right.
You just can't get them to love them. Like, well, fix the next steps. You know?
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Is like, I mean, physical attributes do, help. Who says they don't? But just the way you carry yourself, the way you are, the personality that you have, you don't have to be a fake. Just be confident, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's all you got to do. Like, it's simple.
I think confidence is one of the biggest things when it comes to relationships and things of that nature. You see ugly motherfuckers with hot chicks all the time.
Dude, you ever seen this little baby alien on Instagram, bro? That motherfucker.
Yeah, it's just you being confident. Yeah. But I don't know if I'd want to date any of these girls anyway.
Yeah, no, it's quite a fucking pool of selection out there. Shout out to my girl though.
Forgot you in a relationship.
4 years.
Yeah, it's tough. I just go, I feel like serial relationship at one after another of just epic failures,
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the problem. That might be.
I've had friends that tell me, I've been in like 10 first dates, and I'm like, well, either you have a really bad track record or you're the problem. There's no like in between. Like, like going back to like sometimes it's just simple. It's like, well, damn. Like, or like a good example of that would be like people that'd be like, I've been in 10 accidents in my life. And it's like, you ever think that you might be the fucking problem? Like, 10 accidents.
Did you make the first move or not?
Okay, John.
Like, dude, and it's like it boggles my mind. And it's not saying that you're not a good person or anything. It's just sometimes certain shit doesn't work. Like martial arts is probably not for me, being this big. But but again, it doesn't mean that that I wouldn't be good at it if I didn't try. But
yeah, I wasn't much smaller than you when I started martial arts. I always got up to about 270. So
a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Ramen noodles. Trying to get down to 270.
Yeah, I got up to 270, and I was probably down to like 220 within 6 months of training.
Damn.
I wasn't training that hard for martial arts is hard.
What's crazy is going back to like, again, simple solutions to simple answers. Being this bigger when I got to 350, I had a realization. I'm like, people go out of their way to stay in shape. And I mean like that big of a shape. So like when I was 350, I'm like, I can on paper see I was doing this, and this throughout the day. That was keeping me at 350.
Like
people don't think of that.
Out of your way to stay out of shape.
Yeah, like not on purpose, but that's the whole point of when people go like, I can't make my life better, I can't lose weight, I can't do this. I'm like, no, when you're after you get to a certain point, you physically are keeping yourself in shape.
Yeah,
you don't just stay fat if you like eat healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a math number, man.
100%. Like even like I was like, there's like studies on metabolism and stuff. Most metabolisms only vary between like at the maximum end is like 3% to people. Like that's the biggest. That's like, what is 3%? That's 6 pounds if you're 200 pounds. Dude.
Right.
Like that's nothing.
Right. You're still going to be 194.
Yeah. You just eat too much.
Right. Like,
that's it. Or you just eat not enough. Like every time I meet some skinny dude who's like, I'm just, like real skinny dudes are just like fat dudes. I know because I've been a fat dude in my life. But fucking skinny dudes are like, they want to gain weight. They want to get bigger. They don't want to do this whole dude. And they're always like, I got to pass metabolism. You hang out with that dude for like 2 days straight, you'll see he don't eat, dude.
Yeah. Once.
Yeah, I'm like, your food's shit. Yeah. I eat 3 times the amount of you every day.
Dude, it'd be like that, man. What are some events you got coming up? Besides, the one that I appreciate the tickets for.
Yeah. So our next one's November 23rd. Okay. MMT04. I think this will be by far our best one in terms of quality of fights. We got a lot of really high level amateurs and professionals coming out from all over the country. I think there's gonna be a lot of blood and knockouts.
Hey, if Carlo doesn't get knocked out, whether he fights or not.
I only match him.
No, is that what you want?
Yeah. I pretty much look through opponents. I'll have easy guys in there, and then I just look for a guy who I think can knock out Carlos, and I match him with that guy.
Nice.
Every time, pretty much.
It will succeed at some point.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten knocked out yet. He got a hard head. But I think this time I might get him someone really.
He has a Mexican mother, bro. You know how hard this dude. I'm sure oh my god, he was talking about when the fuck his mom was curb stomping him and shit.
Oh yeah.
He's a wild motherfucker.
I'm like, why do I identify with your childhood? Like, what the fuck is wrong with us? Where are you up? Probably good at the sport.
You relate to trauma,
dude. You know, it's crazy. You know, we all have different childhoods. I grew up in another country, and that's rough.
Yeah, where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Mexico.
Oh, really?
And yeah, dude, some of the shit that happened to me when I was a kid, I was like, oh, that shit wouldn't fly here. Hell no, dude.
Like parents wise?
Well, I mean, discipline alone. I mean, your fucking teachers can hit you with all the shit.
Oh,
it's not crazy. Man. But like, just little things like I was 4 years old walking to school alone and shit, like more than a mile away. It's like, dude, you would have let a 4-year-old walk around fucking by himself. Like, what the fuck?
Nope.
When did you come over here?
2006. 2004. I mean, I've been here since then, but it's the shit we complain here. I don't want to get into politics, but we're not getting bombed. That's all I'm saying. You know? People here where they're like, oh, life's difficult. Oh, well, your fucking coffee was made wrong this morning. Whoops. At least a fucking missile didn't hit your house. Like, dude. Fucking go vote November 5th. When fuck the date.
Who are you voting for in November?
Am I voting for? Yeah, who you voting? I support Robert Kennedy Jr.
I also support Robert Kennedy Jr. So whoever he supports, I support.
His uncle.
You gotta shoot up to the polls. No, wait a minute.
Whoa. Hey. We're not going to be attempt number 4.
I was originally going to vote for RFK. I thought he had some shot.
Yeah, I mean, the track record on assassinations of a little rough. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, but hey, people vote wherever you want to vote for. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty fucking tired. This man, I think my tank's running empty, fellas. So, yeah, we'll keep it a buck. No shit. I mean, we kind of talked about people in your circle and changing with time. If you wanted to give an advice to somebody that's either, starting, their career down, maybe opening their own studio or doing anything from, starting a business, let's call it promotion of business, what advice would you like to give them? Because you said this is your 7th endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
What's one thing that you wish somebody would have told you when you started?
Probably one of the most important things is probably to get really good at learn how to learn. I think could be the best skill set, maybe not even for an entrepreneur, for anyone in life, but definitely for an entrepreneur, because you're going to fail and fuck shit up terribly. So you can either go through hell on it or approach every single thing as a positive thing. You can either go through hell and learn from it, and later on the line when you're doing business on a much bigger scale, yeah, maybe this costs you a large percentage of your worth right now, but later in life, that large percentage was nothing that it saved you on later on in the scale. So learning how to take negative situations and turn them over, because as an entrepreneur, you're going to have a really high pain tolerance and go through a lot of shit. And then just learning how to learn better, learning how that there's always more layers behind everything. Every tiny detail of everything, there's another layer, another layer, another layer. Try to peel it all back and learn every aspect.
Speak truth, bro.
High quality.
Oh shit! Before we wrap this bitch up, you said you were doing music, right?
Yes.
Do you have any? Do you ever had an artist when you were at the time in the studio that was absolutely so dog shit that you were like, you probably shouldn't release this?
Most of my career, I've That's why I fucking quit. I'll be honest. Like you guys fucking ruined it. All you terrible fucking artists who had me listen to your bullshit, generic, not creative music made me quit the career that I loved so much.
Your music was so bad, I had to quit on my dreams. That's how bad your music is.
This was my dreams. You guys fucking ruined it.
Hell yeah. I wanted to put a bullet in my
It's the truth, though. It's really the truth. I was being satire, but 90%, because there was like a shift there when it was about money, and good artists always are fucking broke for some reason. So 90% of the artists I was working with were like terrible, but it was, good paydays.
Right.
That could have been my mistake. I could have said no to the money and worked with the good music. But at one point, you want to make money.
That's true. Yeah.
Hey, you got to make money eventually.
You had to let the ears bleed a little bit, but hey, money's good.
Shout out to Unimile.
Oh my God. Nah, this is great.
Read my message, bitch.
That's a good clip. All the artists I used to work with still follow me. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no, we won't make a clip of it.
But it wasn't talking about you, When you DM me, I'll be like, not you, though. Not you, you're the 10%. You're the
Everyone's the
10%. Me and you, we go way back.
It's like, no, man. Why do you think I kept working with you?
Hey, me and you will go way back. Scrolls up, follows us 20 to 2023, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's fucking noise. Because funny enough, to kind of rap. I keep saying I want to rapper, but I keep thinking of shit.
You're good.
And we talked about it when Carlo was here, where the fucking kiddo catching a bunch of flack for fucking reviewing music. Bro, that got to be the best shit he does, bro.
The music reviews?
Going back, and I'm going to bring up my girlfriend again. This stuff, when I show her tracks that come up on my feed from like Detroit Rap Daily and stuff like that, again, we're not talking about anybody specifically.
But we're going to say 90% are.
Of how fucking terrible some of the music is out here in Detroit, bro. And I mean, not all the music, but some of it. It's like, why are people like getting so fucking up in arms when somebody critiques your music? Like, just because someone doesn't like it, you should have more confidence in your shit. Like, come on.
Yeah, the egos are really big and really fragile in music. So they bring in, they just have a lot of attachment to it. And, with the big ego, they're like, this is what's right. But it's also really fragile because it's not actually, gritted out with good hard work and knowledge, So they get sensitive about it. And music can be subjective to a certain extent. And I think that's what they feel,
Yeah, so I feel right. And to wrap it up with an act of war that we experienced this week, well, that the Cowboys experienced this week. Rest in peace, goddamn! It was a fucking ground zero, ground zero at AT&T Stadium. I have family members that are Cowboys fans. Wheeling, we got this one. That was just straight murder, bro.
Fuck, that was fucking awesome. I haven't been into football in a really long time, but Lions making me back.
The time
they're bringing everybody back, right?
Yeah, this is it.
Dude, I've never liked any sports besides like soccer when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I just became a Lions fan at the end of last season.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, man, I don't know what you guys keep complaining about the Lions. They're pretty good.
Hey, you could have been me. You could have been there 0-16, But hey, and now we're here.
No, I was a diehard for so many fucking years. I never missed a game, anything. I loved it. And then it was the year after. Do you remember that year that they won like in the last 30 seconds for like 8 games? I think it was. Stafford had like
all those comeback games. Yeah,
that year. Like the year, I was like, we're back. Like, we're good. Next year, we're gonna make the right trades. Everything's in there. Next year, we fucking did terrible.
Yep.
I was like, I'm not watching it anymore. I haven't watched it since. I'm getting back into it right now. That was the last time.
Yeah. Hopefully, our man Hutch comes back.
Yeah.
No, let that leg heal, man.
Oh yeah, man. Don't listen to Dan.
Yeah.
Unless we're like in the playoffs, then you better get your ass back.
I think if we can get Max Crosby right now, that'd be fucking awesome.
Ooh, that'd be you gotta give up a lot for him, but I think he'd be the one.
Yeah, did you see all that? Like we got to give him like 20, 25, 26, 27 first.
I don't know. You gotta give the Raiders something, like quite a bit.
A lot of people are saying like to take it, but I don't know.
Screw, why not? Make the phone call. Make the phone call, boys. Do it.
It's all
Our roster's young right now. It's like we're not losing motherfuckers like next year or the year after.
No, not really.
These first round draft picks right now. I don't know if we do.
Like,
we're going to the Super Bowl, baby.
I want that GMAC Cash song. Come on.
Oh,
we need him to.
He dropped one today about the fucking.
Hutchinson.
No, about voting. He dropped two today.
Oh, really?
Go vote.
Oh, really?
I know he like it big rich. I'll let it slide though, G-Mac. You know, not everybody's perfect.
Yeah, I can't let that slide. I didn't. I said, don't talk about politics in the beginning.
You didn't have to agree. You could have just not said it.
No, I'm so opinionated. So bad.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm not used to having a filter.
We're not picking sides.
No.
Shout out to Robert F. Kennedy though.
I can't tell if that's satire or is that real?
Make America healthy again. Says the fat dude. Anyways,
I wish he had a different voice.
What, Robert?
oh, you talking about the fucking?
Yeah, and they're putting fucking colored dye in our cereal.
Jesus Christ!
Like they're definitely putting colored dye in his cereal.
Oh,
I love him, but the voice.
I see why they're making that illegal now.
it would,
Those colored dyes.
it would be really unfortunate if something happens to him after we end this podcast.
I mean, we know.
Why do you say that?
Well, things have happened.
You're on a hunt?
Fucking FBI about to knock on my
we're
door.
just saying things have happened after we said something.
Oh,
So-
dude, when we started the podcast, and I think it was the first episode, we were trying to be funny. You know, like, oh, everybody
Yeah.
starts talking about it. I remember I started, I'm sure the first episode, I was like, oh man, we haven't had a mass shooting in a while.
Oh.
3 days before Oxford.
Yeah, we walked in second episode. We're like, all right,
You can't go like mass shootings aren't even headline news anymore.
Oh, they're
It's
not.
like-
Dude, when we had one?
It's like every
Shit.
it's like every month.
Let me not say it.
we're not gonna start again. We're not the bad luck here.
Hell yeah. Throw the church music. Brian had a mass shooting.
Stop.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
See, politically, like, yeah, I won't.
We can cut this.
No. Because this is the truth. Like, politically, I don't give a fuck about anything. Like, in politics, like
Right.
that doesn't. Which might be so selfish and like the worst thing ever, you know. Like it's like you should probably like be more like a humanitarian and care, but I don't honestly.
Hey, but it's your right to do that. We live in America. We have those opinions.
Like I don't care if they make abortion illegal. I don't care if they're like killing babies after the 9th month. Like I don't give a shit what you guys do. I'm not having the baby. I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know. I don't care about anything in the system, but like just don't destroy the economy and don't put us in World War III. Only two things.
Only two things I ask for, and don't poison.
You can
my
make
goddamn
guns
cereal.
illegal completely, or like give everyone RPGs and grenades. I don't give a fuck.
See, that's a little one where
Like
I don't want to argue for it or against it, but I do see this downside effects of not having guns because Mexico,
yeah, and tyranny and things.
and
like
you know, and then you
that
think,
only criminals.
because then you think that you're voting, but you're not fucking voting.
I obviously have opinions on it. I'm just not voting.
Right.
I'm only
I feel
voting
that.
for economic situations.
I feel that.
I definitely have opinions on all of it. They're all super right wing. No, joke.
But of course, and with the chat saying, "Well, wait until your family members are victims." So then it's like, "Oh, well, you gotta."
Oh, I do
well,
have some.
there's-
I'm going to say immigrant family members, but at the end of the day,
Yeah, I mean,
it's about a community, like good. You know, my personal situation, fortunately, shouldn't be the top of the chain. You know, like I shouldn't be like, oh, because I'm in this situation, this is how everything should go in the country. No, you got to look at what's best for everything.
yes.
And people are unfortunately too, I guess, self-centered to realize that, because it's like they're like
I do think that's what voting is for, though. If you vote in your own
view of what
view
you
of
think.
what you want, then ultimately we should have a good consensus of what everybody wants.
Right.
If I'm going to vote off a couple of things that are my priorities and you vote off yours, then the candidate with the most aligning priorities should, in
Right.
theory, line up. You know, I think it's okay to vote on a personal level for that. Like if I was a politician, I can't just do what I want personally. You know.
But yeah, people are not the center of the universe. It's hard to tell you. You
I
are
think that, but you never know.
Yeah.
Like if you live in a tent outside in the woods and you love it there,
You get to
you don't
vote
give
twice.
a fuck about the economy. Like I don't want you to go vote for the economy. You don't care about that. Go vote for climate change. You live in the woods. You know, like whatever you want to vote for.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has their own life. I think you should vote with whatever that
That's a good summary. But on that note, Carlos, hope you get knocked out here on the 23rd.
We'll be there.
Sure.
We'll be there to
We'll
see it.
definitely be there. Yeah. And put it in my calendar as soon as before I can wrap this bitch up.
is. I'm going to pay the judges.
Whether you're in the parking lot or in the ring.
Damn.
I see you get knocked out.
All right.
We made sure the judges gave them the loss last fight. So.
Damn.
Damn, bro. They
Sure. Be sure.
Talk about the NFL script. Is there a multi-script?
I went and hit the judges. I'm like, I don't want this guy a chance. He's bad for politics. You hear him talk on the podcast?
Oh, dude. If you didn't watch the episode when he was on here, you probably should watch it.
The full one?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see the full one. I only seen clip.
There's a reason why we can only post 4 minutes of clips.
Yeah, we had the full one too and never put it out because actually no, that dude fucking we posted a clip. I can't even paraphrase what the fucking thing was because my manager might be mad, but my manager quit off the clip we fucking posted and then I had to bring him back. Oh yeah, we posted some clip. What Carlos said was so bad that he fucking deleted
like,
all
I'm
his
done.
Bitcoin stuff. Quit. I was like, bro, what happened? He was like, I don't know. He was mad about it. I was like, I'll delete the clip, dude. It's like you can't post that. I don't know,
Man.
Why not? Send us a clip. We'll repost it. We'll say we stole it.
Yeah, the clip was. He basically was like, homophobia and racism is off limits.
Wait, why do I feel like I know you?
I can agree with that.
Oh, I think I know.
I can agree with homophobia and racism, you know.
Oh,
I guess sometimes
don't check out our last podcast.
Yeah, especially Carlos.
No.
Bad with everything, man.
Well, I like that
At
back.
least-
Yeah.
That's the people I grew up around, like the boys, you know, like fucked up
Yep,
people.
But
So
at least
I'm
he's
not
across
used
the
to it.
board, you know. He's like not like picking on one particular set of people.
No,
He
he's
fucking doesn't care about
off,
anybody.
off filter. I don't care.
I respect that when people shit on everybody.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't. It doesn't matter what you suck, what you put in you.
No, he'll post straight racist things. Like, dude,
The stuff he said.
put that on there. He's like, yeah, I can. I'm black. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
He is who he wants to be.
Hey, technically you can identify as whatever you want now.
Yeah, you heard about the fur babies? I just heard about them yesterday.
No, that cannot be a thing.
Just yesterday, I just heard about my mom's friend is a school teacher, and kids are identifying as cats. And she's about to get fired because she won't identify her student as a cat. And the cat was like, the fucking girl was like 7. You know? She's in like second.
That's a mental element.
That's
That's
Remember when you're in 5th grade, there was like little girls who would like meow. Like, bro, they were just being kids. Like, we're not going to identify them as cats now.
that's a fur.
My
It's a
rule of thumb is if you can buy alcohol or own a gun, you probably shouldn't be making choices about permanent decisions in your life. Sorry. That's my full-on opinion. If I can't go to war and die for this country, I shouldn't be allowed to make decisions on my own.
I think for every one person who has this like insane mindset, there's 10 logical people behind it. But we just hear about the crazy ones because it's clickbait, and
Right?
it's, good shit to be entertained by or get mad at. And so I think there'd be a pushback. I think it'd correct itself.
Yeah. I feel like we're going down the hill now. I think we reached the pinnacle of crazy shit.
Right.
As
soon as
so it's something though. I don't know. I don't know, man. Every year is always something amazes me.
Yeah, who knows? In like 1999, like the pinnacle could have been just something that's completely normal now.
Yeah.
Like there could have been all sitting around like, Yeah, that's okay, but we'll never actually legalize gay
Yeah.
marriage. Like, and everyone's like, all right, that's
Just
cool.
give it a few more weeks. We might not have a next year. You never know.
Allegedly, according to half the country, in a couple of weeks since the last election. And
You just don't
the other half are going to get a bigger tax return.
This shit's fucking.
Yeah, dude, people,
I think the best way to approach it though is not serious at all.
right. You know, like most people, they go like, put the fucking tax brackets in the tax code. I'm like, bro, you work at McDonald's. That shit does not affect you at all, dog. You're making $20 an hour. Chill the fuck down.
They're not gonna take your money.
Yeah, no, you're getting
full
fucked
refund.
already by both sides. You're making $20 an hour, bro.
Yeah, that's
No disrespect to McDonald's workers. I like the McDonald's food.
yeah. I'm gonna go get McDonald's after this.
Do the fucking bagels and breakfast.
Oh yeah. I don't know the burger. You guys get Burger King breakfast?
I haven't had it in a long time now.
No,
Never?
like 5 years. Bro.
Bro, it's so much better than McDonald's.
Shut the fuck
Well,
up.
that's a very
That's a bold
I don't think so. I think it's actually blowing it out the water. And I think their food sucks. Like their lunch, like I think Burger King is like lowest on the totem pole.
What's the best breakfast for
Probably that croissant sausage, egg, and cheese.
That's always good though.
Their
Having a
hash
croissant,
browns
yeah.
are-
What
I'll give
about
it
across the board in other restaurants? What's the best fast food breakfast?
Bro, Burger King's number one.
Taco Bell, bro.
Taco Bell's crack.
Yeah,
Taco Bell is
It's always though. You
Come
can't
on.
go wrong. It's
Yeah.
too good.
But maybe because it's like, here's the problem. Like, the Taco Bell is like a delicacy, like fucking for breakfast. Like, the Burger King, like, I can eat that shit every day. The Taco Bell's like, this is crack, but I'm not doing Taco Bell breakfast every day.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't.
I will give you that point.
That's why I don't do it.
Yeah. Dude, I live right next to a Chick-fil-A, bro. I don't go to it as often as I thought.
I just binge ate some Chick-fil-A last night until I threw up. Oh no, that's how I become a fat kid. I'm a binge eater. Like I won't eat for like fucking barely anything for 2-3 days, or like I'm on a strict diet all week, and then I'll eat 15,000 calories a day. I'm ill. Yeah.
Damn.
You don't ever do that?
No.
You don't binge eat?
Hell no.
Even when you got up to 350.
I just eat consistently.
That's what my friend, he got up to like 450. Never has binged it in his life. I was like, that is crazy. He just eats a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just spread it across all the time.
Yeah.
And that's how you get this big.
I always got
Going down. We're going down, though. Hopefully.
Yeah, gotta get shredded, dude.
I'm going to be fucking buff in a year.
What's up, guys? You'd be on MMT 07.
Hey.
I never know these days. Fuck it.
Yeah, why not? Come try it out.
Yeah. If I hit myself, I'll go. All right, you hear
Come
that,
knock out
Carlos?
Carlos.
Hey, we put me against Carlos. Like,
I'll put you against Carlos first day.
Yes.
Come on, we'll go film content. Come in there.
oh yeah, dude.
We're gonna film your journey
Be
to
like my first day. It's an MMT fight. That's the fucking biggest fuck, dude.
I'll shoot that. We can shoot that Saturday. We're doing a meeting day. Go in there and fight Carlos for the first time.
Get absolutely
310 versus 140.
Oh, let's go.
Come on.
That would be content, though.
That's good content. 310 versus
He
140.
knocks me the fuck.
We got to put some fucked up caption on there. Cocky Street Fighter.
I fucking one punch and he's like knocked out. Pretend, obviously, I wouldn't really.
No, you should really try to think. Every time I got 70 pounds of Carlos. Every time I spar Carlos, I try to knock him the fuck out. Not because that's how we spar, because I don't like Carlos. So I try to knock him out whenever the fuck I spar him. And I don't care that he's small. I'll go bully him.
How much does Carlos weigh?
Like 140 pounds?
Twice your weight.
I'm 220.
I think we all are. Yeah, we're almost like 215-ish, something like last time. Yeah, we got it. I got that advantage, I think.
Yeah. You would think. Carlos could take a fucking shot, dude.
I saw the video where he was talking about that one guy that hit him. He's like, yeah, the dude hit me so fucking hard. I didn't know. I was beginning to question why I was in the fucking ring.
Like, I didn't.
And then he goes like, but then I remember I'm Mexican.
My mom used to beat me. Damn, that's a good piece. I'm about to repost that one because we posted that.
So
one
sad, bro. Because
$1,000.
that was so fucking good. That piece of content. You got to repost that.
I'm going to. That's the thing. Some of our shit when we had 1,000, like we've only been growing the page for a little bit, so we're at like 5,600. So some of that old content might do great later.
Hell yeah, dude.
We're way bigger.
Just coming out. Anyways, that up.
Where can we follow this man?
I just changed my page. You can follow me at Mitten Man on Instagram, or more importantly, follow Mitten Muay Thai on Instagram.
Hey, no numbers, no funny shit.
Nope,
Just pure
no funny.
brawling. I don't know.
Easy to
Pure fighting and entertainment, and weird. Muay Thai
slide
skits
them
by
out,
me.
slide amount of racism. And that's up your alley. Follow that shit.
Come to the fights. Watch the clips.
Yeah, if some of my team was around, this would probably be the most ratchet platform ever. Censor things. I'm like, come on, that's not entertaining.
Let the people hear what they want to hear. Come on.
God, I cannot wait.
Right. Damn it. A month
shit.
now from now? Shit. All right.
And be on the lookout for the video of the 300-pound man against the
Yup.
We should do it. I'm not joking. And put on the page, might go crazy. I have a couple accounts. They got 1 million followers. Repost it.
It's an idea. We'll hold on to that.
Anyways, monkeys and gills. Have a good one.
Peace, everybody.